Hey, Courtney, who's today's episode supported by?
Colossal.
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 Colossal. Anyway, this episode is supported by Colossal, a brand new way to discover beats online. Colossal isn't live yet, but we've had an early preview and we're excited to tell you about it. Colossal lets artists gain exclusive access to beats from top industry producers. These are beats that are usually only reserved for major artists, and they're partnering with new producers every day. The Colossal app is the fastest way for artists to find beats that they love and make their best music. The app has a killer feature called Vibes, which is a totally new take on beat discovery. Just describe the kind of beats you're looking for, and Vibes gives you a personalized feed to scroll through, just like TikTok. We all know browsing on YouTube for beats can be a pain. Colossal also has simple licensing options, giving independent artists full ownership of songs they make with no complicated terms or restrictions. We'll tell you more about Colossal soon, but if you're a producer and interested in getting involved, check the link in the video description to get in touch with the Colossal team. Now, on to your episode.
Yeah, man.
So, I something that we talked about off camera that I was interested in is
What's going on?
So obviously I have the Loughton Eden, right?
Yep.
And I have the Loughton Atlantis, right?
Yes, indeed.
And I feel like as your friend, I think I'm just being real with you, bro. Like, you know? You know what I'm saying?
You know
what
What
I'm
do you
saying?
think, LG?
What do you think I think?
I think you think that I'm gonna slide you a microphone.
It's not really sliding. It's the holidays, bro.
Okay,
The spirit of giving.
yeah,
Spirit of
giving my ass. I'm sorry to curse at the very beginning of this.
I do not want you to give me your. This is
This is the podcast.
This ain't that.
Please make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Also, remember, one lucky person in the comment section is going to get that VIP Gold Edition Rosetta EQ or compressor.
and not his behind.
All right, let's go. Anyway, let's go. It's crazy. You know your brain fire off anything. Let's go.
Hey, man.
So what I was saying was, we wildin'. What I was saying was, so I have the Eden and I have the Atlantis, and obviously
For now.
for now. And the Atlantis, obviously you've seen it on all my videos. I've been using that ad nauseum. I've been using that like crazy. I love that mic to death. And recently I've been like, okay, cool. I want to start trying the Eden and stuff like that.
Right.
And I really like what it was sounding like as far as the body it was giving my vocal and what it was doing to the top end. Here's what I learned. When it comes to a FET mic, FET, versus a tube mic, there are two stark differences that made me go, oh, I use these for two very different things. Of course, some people are smarter than me. Obviously, I've been using mics for years, but for the first time as an adult, like a real adult, I was like, let me really like understand the difference between these two mics, like really deep dive into it. Shout out Austin Hall from Make Pop Music. Yes. He has an amazing video that he did with a FET mic versus a tube mic, but it was the Vanguard mic. And the only differences between them, was that one was a tube circuit, one was a FET circuit.
Yo, real talk. Austin Hall.
I love him, man. Like I bang with him.
That's the guy.
That's my guy.
That's
bro.
the GOAT.
Austin Hall. Thank you. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all.
Thank you, bro. Me and
For
him.
somebody who's never been on the pod, you are like friend of the show.
He said
man.
he'll come on. He said, bro, I will fly in. I'll say bet. So we're gonna have him on. Yeah, facts. That'll be an amazing
And I ain't gonna lie,
episode.
man.
I think I would. I want to hang out with Austin.
Yo,
for sure.
Austin, man. You know, my friend is being stingy with his Atlantis, but congrats on that C800, bro.
I beat that too. I was like, oh, he got this.
Wait,
he said, let's
wait.
test this out. I was like,
Hey, congrats on that C800, bro.
yeah. Wink, blink twice, leaving. So, long story short, been playing with both of them, and what I noticed is this. The FET mic has a certain aggression in the upper mids and the top end that I love.
Yeah, just like a 76.
Right? Or kind of like an 87, where 87, I wouldn't say is the most aggressive in the top end, but it has this airiness
Is
to
the
it.
87 a FET mic?
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a transistor. Sorry if I'm wrong. If I'm super wrong, it's a solid state mic.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm wrong. I'm not even gonna front. Right. So when I listened to it, what I noticed between the two was the Atlantis was giving me more of like this top end kind of upper like mid kind of like sound that I felt like was cutting, like immediately just cutting. And then what I felt like with the 2 microphone, what the Eden was giving me was, it was giving me this really silky top end, but a lot of body and mid range. And I was like, damn, I understand when and why I would use it.
Yeah.
I think that I'm going to switch, but like this is the first time I'm actually like, oh, I'm going to be switching between these 2 mics for certain things, because there's some times where I'm doing more of a pop R&B kind of record, and I'm like, I want that fast, high end, upper mid range kind of aggression, and then there's sometimes when that silkiness or that vintageness, because that's what it feels like to me. It's just the 2 microphones, it feels a little bit more vintage. So for you, I was like, bro, this one I ain't gonna lie, I just want to cut you on that Eden one time just to see what your vocal sounds like, because it has so much body. And 2, you have your sound, as far as your music, has like this vintage, soulful kind of vibe to it. So I really would love to hear you on that.
So the thing is, I have this like personal policy where anything I cut, it got to be at my house under my setup with my
Can I tell you, I'm
the mic, huh?
Hey, I'm willing to for 1 month.
We got it here on 4K.
I will let you walk out with that mic. Are you going home?
With the Eden?
Are you going home?
I'm not going back home till the top of the year. Yeah.
Well, when you come back,
January, yeah.
I'll give you for 1 month. You gotta bring it back though, because I want to record too. But I'll let you rock it for a month.
Teach me how to use it with that powered amp.
You just gotta be careful to not hit that 48 volts. Okay. It doesn't need it. It's getting it from the actual.
Thankfully, with
power
that
supply.
Neumann, I would have to go through 7 buttons to get to the 48.
That's a fact. Yeah. Yo, oh my God, can I talk to you for a second?
What's up,
bro? So you know I did my I did my
shootout?
UAD shootout. That's coming soon, or it might be out by now. I'm not sure. But I'm not gonna lie, I really did not like the
MT48.
the app. No, not even MT48.
The control app. Yeah.
Banger. I think that app is terrible.
It's so bad.
It's terrible.
For such an amazing interface, for such an expensive interface.
And I love Neumann.
Neumann
you are
is
the GOAT.
You are the greatest audio company of our or all time.
You're the GOAT. But
if you were to make plugins, you would
kill it.
You would like,
what
are you
know.
doing?
We know.
You can make $300 EQ, and I'll be like,
yeah, like, all right, let me check.
yeah,
Is it free trial?
maybe.
Yeah.
$20 trial.
But bro, when I opened up the app, it was one of the most
laggy.
I did not like that app. I don't like that it's a web app. Also, it's a web app.
There's a control, like an actual app
Built
for the
in one?
laptop, but it's just not good.
I don't like it
Because the same experience. It's buggy.
See, like this. What I'll say is I was expecting more from this. Yo, this is a very expensive piece.
For the X amount of
So in
dollars,
my head, I was like, oh, this app is probably going to be one of the best apps I use. I really did not like it. If I had to, choose, I don't know, man. I just didn't like the app. It made me start to look at like the apps for all of these interfaces and go,
oh yeah, I was about to say,
Who got the best one?
who got the best one?
Oh, I can tell you right now.
Who?
UAD. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, number one.
Nah,
You know,
okay, I'm
I
about to
tried
say.
just now.
Let's be honest,
All right,
bro.
yeah, because I know where you was gonna go.
I know where you going, and I'm
know
about
where
to
it's gonna go.
disagree.
Number one.
What?
Number one, council number one.
I'm not gonna lie.
Number 2, who?
Number 2,
Can I say it?
I'm gonna get killed.
Don't
for
say
it.
Rupert's company.
Can I say it?
Me? What?
No, Focusrite.
Focusrite. I'm crying.
They might be like third.
I know it was number 2,
No.
or at least for me.
They might be
I
third,
hate
fourth.
their RedNet app. I hate for the
Rednet?
higher for the RedNet.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
for
I
the,
don't know nothing about
for
that.
the higher
I'm
for the
talking
higher
about
end
to the Claret Plus.
the Focusrite,
cheap
the Focusrite
software.
control. Yeah.
Well,
My number 2.
before we go into the list, I'm sorry because I know we're gonna leave Neumann.
Yeah.
Neumann, as consumers, we don't ask you for nothing. We do not. Ask
No, we
you
don't
because
at all.
you give us more than enough. But please invest into
that app.
Yeah,
that's
fix that
one
GUI.
flaw, and I can feel that you guys are gonna give us a rack interface. Please make sure your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah,
we love you.
And
Absolutely.
that is with absolute love. That's just an
All
honest
respect.
feedback. For instance, in the comment section, let us know how you feel about the app.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes to me. I just want to know how other people feel about that. What you
I was
gonna
gonna say, I think for me the best, if not, I guess it would have to be second best control app. Can't lie, bro. Apogee Apogee got that shit on.
Come
lock,
on.
bro.
Yo, Leavins, I'm not gonna
Apogee got
lie.
that shit on lock.
That Apogee app is
to the point where last
easy.
night, same record I was cutting. I started cutting and the levels were glitching. The meters were glitching. I was like, what is going on? Shut it down, plugged it out, plugged it back in, still glitching. Turned my computer off, turned it back on, still glitching. I said, just what are the odds? Went online, I said, does Control 2 have a new update? Yeah, it does.
They do.
Updated it. Because then it was saying, yeah, we have talkback functionality. I'm like,
Yeah.
that shouldn't have anything to do with it.
Right.
Updated it, had all the new features. That shit was working like butter.
Butter, bro.
I was like, wow.
The Control 2 app, butter. Can I tell you what they did that I'm like, thank you. Control, at first, there was a separate app for the Symphony.
For the Symphony.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
The Symphony app,
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Oh, you remember
I
back in
know.
the day?
I
no,
know.
to this day.
To this day.
Oh, I was talking about, remember when I used to have it, we used to have
Bro,
issues with it
to
sometimes?
this day, it is never. That's why I can't join it on Convo, because it has just never worked on my computer.
Got you.
I hear you.
Every time I plug into yours, I just gotta not use the app and use the screen on the
I get you.
Apogee.
Now, bro, the Control 2 app, not gonna lie, it's all of the interfaces. So it's just
I'm about
one
to say,
app
so
now.
they took the Symphony app
The
out.
Symphony
Thank
app
God.
is just
Thank God.
one app.
Thank
Because
God.
that was
God.
stressing me out, bro. And can I be honest with you? When I was using the Symphony app, I'm not gonna lie, I had the Apogee Duet. I was like, I like that app better.
Yeah.
Because it was so much
It's more concise.
easier.
It's more concise.
Yeah,
It's
it got
way
these
more concise.
bro, like I'm on that app now, bro. It's so easy, bro. Like, bro, it's so much better. So I rate Console number 1. I'm gonna go Apogee Control number 2. Then who you got next?
Focus
And
right.
I'm gonna say one that you might not rock with.
Agree with. I was also gonna say real quick, they also adhere to your to y'all culture with the speaker switching button. The update for the new Control 2 with the talkback, you can map the talkback to that.
Yeah.
I was like, they're looking at their consumers
For sure.
I fuck with that.
They're paying
Shout out
attention.
Apogee.
I have the controller. So
Yeah.
I have the talkback button, but I see what
Yeah.
it does and what you call it. And we have a mono button. Like, I know other apps, but it's just that we have mad.
we do have a mono button,
We have a
yep.
mono button.
Yeah.
Like, we have a lot on our control app. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'll give Apogee that control app.
I'll give the flowers. What's
Now,
your third?
Thank you for
What's your
updating
third?
that. We didn't even talk about that because I didn't really see much press about it.
What's your third?
Number three, you know whose app was?
I think about mine too. but who?
I might drive my
say it.
car into
Do not say Avid.
no
Oh, I was just saying.
RME.
Can I?
I don't know that.
Total
I'm not-
mix.
Let
I
me
know.
say-
I was like,
Let me say
I
one
like
thing.
RMEs was cool. It just was it gets a little confusing when what gets confusing in an app? When it's like software playback, output, input.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That can throw people off if you don't, when you see all of those three things together, you're like, okay, what's going where? Like, here's software playback, output, then input. That can get confusing. One thing in console, because I have the monitoring in console, so I always got to realize you always have to mute the first, like, your mic track in console, right? Because you can monitor monitor there, and to me that's always been like a learning curve for me because I'm not in the UAD ecosystem like that. So I've always been like, I always know
Yeah, you gotta mute it. Yeah.
I gotta mute
I
the
will
tracks.
say the funniest thing to happen in my life, and how I know God has a sense of humor, is that I spent months saying, "Yo, I'm done with UAD." I get the Neumann. A month later, I decide to move to a studio house, and it's all UAD.
Damn.
That's
It's
crazy.
hilarious. Like, I just been cooking. And speaking of which, shout out to Sonic out in ATL, but that's the spot.
Okay.
What you call it? The TLM 49, man. I called you about it.
Yeah.
Because they have the U87 and the TLM 49. Everybody knows that the U87 is my dream mic, and I love that mic a lot. But that TLM 49, not TLM 47, TLM 49 is
TLM 49.
amazing.
Yeah, I haven't. I haven't heard it.
It's a fat version of the TLM 103.
103? I'm about to
Basically,
ask, yeah.
It's more
tone
expensive,
is
too.
so different, and it's between the 102 and the U87 in price. Like, I think it's 19.
It's not bad.
It's 17.
Oh, 17.
It's the
Wow.
same as my Atlantis.
1,600.
That's not bad.
I would
Same as
love
the
to
Atlantis.
shoot it out with the
I
Atlantis.
would love to shoot it out.
Because
What I'll tell you is this though. Now let me tell you my little cheat code with that Atlantis mic now that I was like, oh my gosh. So the one thing about the Atlantis mic that I always been not complaining about, but I'm like, it could use a little bit more is body. right? So I've been like, yo, it need a little bit more 500, like just a little bit more like mid-range kind of presence, because it has I like the top end. It's very bright. It's a bright mic, especially in the forward mode. But I was like, I just want a little body, bro. I looked at my Neve Newton channel and said, duh. I went and turned that Neve EQ on that thing on my preamp and just boosted a little 5. I was like,
on that thing.
This is the greatest. I was like, this
is the greatest
vocal
chain I've ever used in my life.
Bro, when I mean this vocal, I was like,
You really love that Newton, man.
I like that Newton channel. Shout out Austin Hall. Me and Austin got similar stuff because
Austin
we
again.
talked.
Austin appreciation.
the GOAT.
Yeah.
We talked. I think Austin asked me about the Newton, and then he wound up getting it. He was like, this shit is amazing.
Yeah.
Can I tell you why I like the Newton? For me, I like the Newton because you go back and forth between doing background vocals and leads, right? What I do is I'll be like, you know how sometimes you be like, I want my backgrounds to sound a little different.
Yeah.
I'll turn on my chain is, my thing is set and forget. I know me and you the same. It's like set and forget. I don't want to touch this. When I'm in recording my vocals lead mode, the EQ's in, everything's good. When I go to background mode, I turn on my compressor and I turn on the silk texture. And it's a different sound from my backgrounds. It also kind of boosts the signal a little bit, because you know how you're more low with the backgrounds, so I boost the signal with the compression, get a little compression to tighten it up, and then I use red silk to give it a different sound. So literally as I go to background vocal mode, I just go click, click, and I just record. Bro, when I mean I'm dialing in, I love it for that. So I think it's also important to say that it's really cool to have a preamp that has more features. Shout out to the Avalon. Bro, me and you. Was it me and you talking?
Yes. Yo, this is
What happened?
Zaire. I don't know what your last name is.
What, I won't say his last name. I know his last name because
Mr. Z.
on the receipts, on the invoices.
I would like to know, why did we abandon
the Avalon 737.
I saw a video about it on YouTube. I wish not YouTube, on Instagram, and somebody just did a content just like, yo, this was the piece.
Right.
I went to Stankonia Studios in Atlanta.
Shout out Stankonia.
Shout out to Outkast.
Yep.
And it was there, and I was like,
He said, no way.
You're teasing me with this thing.
He said, no way.
Because I'm not the outboard guy, and I record myself.
Right.
What happened, bro?
Bro, I don't know, bro. But
was in every studio.
Recently, I felt like it was an omen because you and I was having this conversation, but recently in LA, I was recording, shout out Suchi, the Priceline record. Yeah. And we were cutting her vocal, and in the studio, they have an Avalon 737 and a Focusrite.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, here we go with this Focusrite. But I saw the Avalon, and I was like, we might be super good. I'm not going to lie. It was a TLM 103 in the Avalon, bypassing the converters of the Scarlett, going into the Scarlett. Bro, I dialed her vocal in, and I already cut my vocals in New York. And I dialed it in, and I was like,
it's fire.
Like her vocals were. I was like,
I think because can I be honest? Before this episode releases, I'm a cop.
Yo, I might go
because
cop.
I don't want y'all to drive that price up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's a fact. I might go cop, bro.
Because I ain't gonna lie. Why did we abandon it?
I
need to talk to somebody. I know, like the 1073 into the 87 CO1B
took over,
and I do want the CO1B, but that Avalon, man,
is a banger,
different,
bro.
Like that drum was a monster.
And think about it, EQs, compression, all that stuff.
Think about all the records that was done on it. Like it's a tried and that's one of those. Matter of fact, entry into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, the 737, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Avalon 7, especially respectfully for hip hop.
Yeah, it's for
Because I remember back in the day, if I went in your studio and it was like, oh, you got the Avi. Like
the Avi, I called it.
Avi is crazy.
Gosh,
the Avi.
Old. Whoa.
You got an Avi?
The Avi.
I remember that, bro. That
Not
Avalon,
that Avi.
it's a vacuum tube. It was amazing. It was amazing. Who made it?
Yeah.
What company? The
company is Avalon.
Or the
the company is Avalon?
That's a great question.
Or maybe the company is Avalon and the thing is just 737.
Right. Hold on. I gotta know. You ever seen a 4-channel 737?
Nah.
You ever see the black one?
No.
Oh,
They got the
we
black.
got special editions on this.
Hold on. Avalon. Oh, this shit $4,000.
$4
bands?
You
Wait.
see? This is the 4-channel?
I didn't remember it was 4 cash. Fuck.
Oh yeah, cooked.
For the
Never mind.
4-channel?
I'm not gonna lie.
No.
For the regular?
For the 1 channel. Oh my gosh. It's 4,000.
That's two
You know
TLM
what's
43s
$39
right there.
The plug-in. Appreciate y'all.
Wait. I think it's stereo.
Let me see. Let me find this.
Nah, that's not stereo. That's just that's not stereo. The line in the mic mount.
I see why we let that go. Goodness gracious.
Oh.
Hey, it's CL1B. You could be next. Keep playing.
Yo, CL1B, I ain't gonna lie. Dang, it's 4,000. I would not buy that new though.
I thought that was gonna be like 800.
No, I knew it was gonna be 2.
Wow,
you was like 2.
You was not lying. This plugin is really $40.
On Black Friday, I seen
it's
it.
It's a 10th.
Can I tell you? I thought about
it.
Oh, isn't it in Spark? I think it's in Spark.
I don't pay for Spark, so I don't know. I just bought every UAD plugin I want. I just buy.
Oh, you just buy it? Okay.
Ownership, man.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you guys have issues with your UAD plugins, like not the license, like just like failing?
Yeah, failing. And I have my biggest issue with UAD and with IK Multimedia. I don't want to diss y'all.
I like
What's
IK.
the other company?
Underrated company or plugin company, by the way. Just company in general. Underrated as hell.
There's another plugin company who makes that emulator that we use to make the Rags to Riches chain. T-Rax?
That's
Both of
IK.
y'all.
That's IK Multimedia.
Right. So IK Multimedia and UAD. Stop giving me plugins I ain't buy.
Oh my, yo, T-Rax.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. That's one thing. I-Rack will load you.
And I didn't buy it.
I hear you on
like,
that.
you can't give me something I can't have it.
Yeah, it's true.
I can't have it. Because they want you to make a mistake. I'm like, what is? What is?
It is there, though, definitely. The Avalon VT 737 is in the Spark bundle. So
it's in the Spark bundle?
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about trying it, but I ain't gonna
try
lie.
that.
I ain't know.
I know.
Because shout out to Ken Lewis, because like I said, Ken Lewis put my brain on that, where he was like, yo, I can do everything I need and get the sound in the box. Capture, different story as far as a recording chain. Because there's a Verimute in the Spark. I ain't gonna lie,
there is a Verimute in the Spark.
There's a Verimute in the Spark too, a Manley Verimute that's in the Spark. I
like it.
Let me say this. I was on live with a gentleman. Shout out Aaron. He's one of our members.
Yes, sir.
One of our down members. I gotta start shouting. Yeah, I'm sorry. We talk every week. And he had a vocal, and it was smooth. He was a rap vocal, but it was mad smooth. And I was like, yo, bro, what mic you got? And he was like, the Manley. And I was like, I knew it.
Yep.
Bro, when I mean this mic, like I always remember that mic it kind of feels like, and it's gonna sound weird, and somebody's gonna be like, blah, blah, blah. It kind of feels like the Manley mic like has like, oh, be careful how I say this. Like they took out all the 400-500, right?
Okay.
And it feels like, but there's a bunch of like 300. It's like a bunch of mid-range, all the harshness, it feels like all the 3K is like, no, we're just gonna make it feel super smooth and give you some presence, and that's it. It is the most non-harsh mic I've.
Yeah, it's a very non-invasive mic.
It's so non-invasive, and
it's a really clean mic. I told you.
I remember they used to use it for. I heard they used to use it for like Meek a lot back in the day. Cruz, maybe you could tell us, but Meek Mills, I used to hear that Meek was using the Manley. It is such a non-invasive, like from a harshness mid-range kind of mic that I've ever heard. Like, because I remember using it. Shout out AG. I used to work with her. I was working with her a lot in LA for those movie trailers and stuff that I was doing for Sync. And she would record me on a Manley. And anytime the raw sound, I'd be like, yo, my vocal feel like air.
Just
like
right
it's just
there.
regular. But it wasn't
so
like
good.
aggressive. It was just airy.
Speaking of,
That might be good for
you said
backgrounds.
Meek, my mind went to Blog Era. We had to make a correction. On an episode, you said Cole used what? Something about surround sound. So you said something about a JID record, like Cole used something.
Oh yeah, Jid put in one of his recent freestyles that he used Ableton.
Oh, the bar?
It wasn't J. Cole.
Ah.
It was Hollywood Cole.
Oh, it was Hollywood Cole.
J. Cole uses FL Studio.
He's an FL Studio guy?
How do
you know that?
Because in the comment they said in the might delete later. Was it that project?
Yeah.
It was some new footage.
Yeah.
And he was using FL.
FL Studio.
I remember
that makes sense.
the one video I always seen of him was when he was on the tour bus. He was making that beat, and I saw Logic. So I always thought he was a Logic guy.
Right.
But if you a FL guy, man, welcome to the team.
Shout out.
Maybe T Minus converted him.
T-Minus is FL.
Maybe.
Yeah, T-Minus is a legendary FL guy.
Yeah,
He's
facts.
an old FL guy, too.
But that's dope to know. Hollywood Cole using Ableton. That's hard.
I didn't know that.
And J. Cole.
And J. Cole's using FL Studio. Hey man. Hollywood Cole, man. I'm just saying.
Hollywood Cole.
I did want to bring up like
I wonder how they worked that out.
this last thing. And it goes back to what I was kind of bringing up to y'all about the microphone, what I noticed about the Eden and the Atlantis. So obviously, price difference, probably not double, but probably
I was just actually about to come here, actually, yeah.
It's like 4. Can you look up how much the Eden is? I think it's like 4 racks, like 3,800.
I like I said in the last episode, I keep
Negativity.
That negativity off of my timeline.
I'm so dead. Loughton. Hold on, let me see something. Loughton, Eden. Let me see how much.
Shout out Trent though. It's Christmas.
That's my guy. I'm dead.
35.
You so stupid.
3,500.
3,500. So Loughton, Atlantis is about 1,700, and then the Eden is about 3,500. So big price difference. Obviously,
What's the other mic?
What underneath?
Isn't there another? Yeah.
Clarion.
Yeah, the Clarion.
Is
Yeah.
Clary? Okay, Clary.
Yeah, like for like 900 maybe. I've been
Yes,
seeing
it's
a
like
lot.
it feels like a TLM
Yeah.
competitor. Yeah. So freaking what I've realized is tube circuit going to be more expensive. Also, you got to be more cautious about it and stuff like that. It's a different care of a mic, right? FET circuit cheaper in comparison to the tube and stuff like that. What I'm realizing is this. I feel like today price doesn't equate to quality like it used to.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day.
Or rather, the perspective on it has changed.
So right, my perspective on it has changed. Just because something is $5,000, $6,000 doesn't mean that it's better
It's
or
gonna be
worse
that one, yeah.
than another one. I think that like this, the tube sound is more expensive. You understand what I'm saying? Like to me, it's like, okay, the tube sound is more expensive, but it doesn't mean that it's a better quality than the actual, other one. It also makes me realize that you have to really figure out what's best for you and not what's the best out there.
Yeah.
Technically, like quote unquote. Because like I said, in me discovering kind of what I discovered, I said, oh wow, just because that microphone is twice the price actually doesn't mean it's gonna
better for you.
It doesn't mean it sounds better for me in all scenarios. It's not a one-stop shop. So what I'm starting to do now is, like we said, remember how we was like audio interfaces over $300, like there's a certain baseline of quality. Like, bro, I'm so about that now. And even with microphones, let me say this to you as a VM, what's the Slate mic? I always forget the name. VM1, that mic.
No, wrong. ML1.
ML1. I always
ML1.
I never can get ML1. Sorry, we're wrong. But the Slate emulation mic. So I shot out my Eden versus the Loughton Atlantis versus the Slate because I was trying to pick. I was like, okay, let me find my like palette of microphones again. And when I put the Slate up, I said, oh wow, the other mics are whooping that behind. Like I noticed it. I said, but it's interesting what the Slate mic is still doing. Like I will say for 500, I was like, I like this mic for 500 cast. It's not that those two mics OD'd on it. It violated.
And again, for what it's offering, it's like, for 500, this is a huge bump.
It's a huge. I was like, wow, this is really good for 500. It made me go like, you know what? I put some respect on that Slate mic. Like I was like, it's for what it is for that price point. I'm cool with it because it was like. It was a little bit less clear in the mid-range than the other two, but I still enjoyed or was cool with like the high end that it was giving me and a little bit of the body that it was giving me. So what I'm saying is price does not equate to quality as much as it used to. Sure, you get what you pay for.
There's still a difference.
There's still a difference when you buy a $10 mic.
Shout out the Clark Technic 76 for like $200.
I seen somebody kill the Heritage Audio 1073 the other day. I think. I seen somebody. I'm gonna show you that video.
Did I say 10?
I think his name is the Gobstopper Room. Shout out to him. I love his channel. The Goobstopper, the Goobster or something. I forgot his channel, but I watch his stuff a lot. Like I watch his stuff a lot, and yeah, he
killed the Heritage 1073.
I think he did. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong. But I think it was his channel that he was like not killed it, but I think I seen a thumbnail, but it's on my save. Like I saved the video. I was like, he was like trash, and I was like,
I like the Bay
I think
one.
that was it. I'm so sorry
I like
if I'm wrong.
the Bay one.
Bay? Oh, the BAE. A lot of people like that. I think Cruz used that one.
That's kind of the one, bro. I mean, of course, the original.
The actual, you talking about hardware, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think Cruz said he was using the BAE. Oh no, he was using it's another Neve, like the BX, like the one that's like her base.
Shout out my boy Neve.
Yeah.
I said my boy Neve. Shout out my boy Cruz.
Shout out Cruz. Shout out my guy Cruz.
Professor Cruz.
Professor Cruz. I run into his students too. I'd be like, yo, Cruz, your professor? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. Like he's really out here. Shout out to Cruz, man. I'm really happy like for Cruz on that. Also, y'all got something. I'm gonna call somebody out.
And it's not me. Look at him.
It's not you. I just want to call somebody out right quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Guru, man. Yo, we want to talk to you, man.
Hey, no, we have spoken to Guru.
I know, but I'm just saying, yo, Guru, I want to talk to you, man.
Facts, bro.
I just want to chime in. I got questions, man.
We got
Guru, you see what Guru doing?
Oh, he's building, yeah.
He's building like equipment. I really want to talk to him, like
Guru.
OD.
Guru's one of those episodes. Man, he's so wise, bro. We just
I want to talk. I just want to talk. I want to talk to you, man. So, yo, listen, Goo. Whenever you can make time, man. Well, I know he supports us OD. Anytime we walk around, and we be with him, he be like, "Yo,
last time we spoke,
shout out, Goo."
Like, bro, like I was just watching an episode yesterday. I was like, bro, I can't believe it. I can't wrap my mind around that.
Yeah.
We were just at the crib.
Oh, just putting it on.
Watching an episode is hard. It's wavy.
Shout out all of our friends that are friends of the show, all the engineers that watch it. Cause even when I get like even Ben, bro, when Ben hit us the other day,
Ben be in the comments.
I love it though. And that's why I always bring them up because I'll be like, because I know they watch it, but at the same time, I just appreciate and respect them so much that I'll be like, yo, bro, thank you for supporting, like just being one of the people that are a part of the community because
and the conversation, like, too.
Absolutely.
When
we be wrong sometimes,
and I am here.
It helps to get the contribution of opinions. It's dope.
But the beautiful thing is why I say I'll be like, yo, if I'm wrong, comment below. Let's get it.
It's the culture going, bro.
Make each other like better. Let's sharpen each other's swords. We're not
facts.
Absolutely.
Like, come on, man.
Iron sharpens iron, and that's why I say, I'll say on this podcast, I'm open to being wrong. Like, I'm so open to being wrong. I'm also open to say things that I'm like, hey, man, I'm trying this. I could be wrong about this, but I'm putting it out there, and I'm like, yo, what do y'all think? Like, let the community help me. Tell me. That's why I say.
I want to say, like, I think the reason why everyone is, not everyone, wow, pardon my words. The reason why a lot of people are very upset when we're wrong is because they assume that we're this leadership position. But we're learners. Like, we're not leading. Like, we're learning too. We're all learning. And like the fact that I could speak to Guru and him say that he's learned stuff from us. You know what I mean? Like, we're all learning, bro. And that's the biggest thing. You gotta allow yourself and others to learn. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Like, I don't think everyone. I don't think there's anyone that knows it all.
Yeah, no. I think there's people that know a lot. But to think still, to sit and say it all.
The more you know, the
less you.
I don't even know how to word it, but I'll say this: I think some of the greatest songwriters, some of the greatest producers, are the people that didn't learn theory, that didn't grow up in a church, that were new to music because as you learn, we start to also conform to certain parameters.
Sure.
Whether it's in mixing, whether it's in producing or writing, like song structure, things like that. And it takes those people that weren't given a paintbrush and told to paint, and that figured out the picture.
That changed the game.
It's not a change. So it's like, like certain songs, I'll listen to them and I'm like, there's no structure, but this is amazing.
Amazing. It works.
Why do you keep going back to the, you know what I mean? My most streamed song of 2024 was a song called Ruined by Usher. And Fields produced and recorded and wrote it. And if you hear that, he keeps going back to the hook at the end of every verse. I'm like, wow, structure's just like, and it's 4-bar verses with the end of it being like the hook and then pre-hook and then the hook for real. Bro, it's weird.
It's a weird, but you like it.
Fast Car by Tracy Chapman.
Okay.
It's like 3.5 verses.
Right.
To before we get to the, I remember we were driving in. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what I mean? She's not rhyming. Like, you know what I mean? So as we add these parameters, we start to conform to something that people with less knowledge have more of a freedom because they just don't know.
They just don't know.
Yeah,
and
there's so much beauty in not knowing.
There is beauty. There is bliss in the. Not in the word ignorance is wrong, but there is bliss. There's bliss and beauty in the unknown. Because you're not restricted by knowledge, which is crazy.
Knowledge will restrict you.
Knowledge sometimes can restrict you in a sense of like that's not how it's supposed to go. Or
certain musicians, like we just automatically go, just go straight to certain notes after certain notes.
Right, because that's how it's supposed to be.
You know, right? You know where that kind of reminds me of, and I think I'll leave. I don't really drop mental gems like this, so I want to try something new. I want to try something new.
Oh my god!
I'm about to feed the streets OD. I'm about to feed the streets OD. You know what that actually put me into? Like,
you need a poison
asking or a poison so I can get rid of my poison. You know. But what that actually kind of reminded me of, especially with just like not holding yourself to any standards. I've been looking at a lot of videos for the past couple weeks about just like, I feel like everyone's been kind of looking this up in the past 2 years, just trying to like tap into and manipulate, I guess, flow state. And I keep hearing this one explanation that I keep coming back to, and it's a real hard concept to wrap your mind around, but when you do it the first time, you're like, I know this feeling. I can lock in. People, most of the people that advise you on flow state always say the perfect way to achieve flow state, you want to set a specific challenge for yourself. Nothing too difficult to where you're getting frustrated where you can't figure it out, but nothing too easy where after 5 minutes you're going to get bored. You have to be... That's crazy. That was perfect. You got to be in the middle.
I like that.
You kind of be kind of have to be in that middle to like say no to the inhibitions and restrictions.
But you need to be challenged.
But being challenged.
Yeah.
I want to leave y'all with that.
Understood.
So
I love it. That was nice.
This has been the pod. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Remember to become a member. Remember to like, comment, and somebody is going to be getting that HMD Rosetta EQ or compressor in gold.
Or if it is that moment, the new plugin from HMD. I don't know yet. I don't know. But we'll see. Or maybe just the news of it. We'll figure it out.
Maybe some news
and remember, if you want to achieve flow state and annoy yourself, produce in Ableton.
Absolutely. 12.